This is James Holder for IFL TV. I'm in Manchester for the weigh-in for FROCH versus George Groves. With me, I've got promoter David Caldwell. Right, Dave?
I'm very good, mate. How are you?
How good was that?
Buzzing. Great atmosphere. You know, the fighters all played the part. It's going to be buzzing tomorrow night. I can't wait for the atmosphere in there.
What do you reckon they were saying to each other up there? Any inkling?
I don't think they were sorting out dinner reservations, to be honest. I think basically, they both want to put it on each other that it's last minute mind games, psychology, whatever you want to call it. Whether it makes any difference at this point, I don't know. They're both confident fighters, both fighters that have boxed at good levels. Obviously, Carl's a completely different level to George, but they're both confident kids. So, last-minute mind game, trying to get that little bit of an edge.
How do you think it come off then? Who do you think would take an advantage from there?
Personally, I do think Carl's is 100% natural. I think he 100% believes that he's going to chew George up and spit it out. Whether or not George was affected by the atmosphere, it's probably the first time that he's been booed. I can't think of another a fight of his where he's been booed the way through, and I think he looked a little bit on edge, on the face-to-face. George doesn't seem to be naturally an aggressive sort of kid, and that front there, Carl's looked natural to me.
Massive odds on a George Groves win, 4-1 for George just to win, let alone whether that be a round or on points. Do you think that's fair odds?
Listen, I think George has got the tools to win. For me, to beat Carl, you need to have speed, you need to be able to punch, and you need to have movement. But the key element is, I think you need to have a toughness about you. You need to be able to take a lot of hammer and to come through it. And for me, I think George has got three of those elements. I just don't think he's tough enough, and I think that could be the key to it. I really do. Listen, if he goes out there and detonates a big bomb on Carl, and because Carl, you can hit Carl. We all know he's not got the best defense, so there's always that element when he's in with a puncher, especially a fast puncher. There's a chance that things can go wrong. He can get hurt. We saw it in the last round. I think it was against Kessler where he got hurt. He has been dropped before. Jermaine Taylor put him on his arse, so it can get hurt. But he is a tough man. He's got a great chin. The shots that he doesn't see from George could be his undoing, and I'm not saying I don't believe that George will win. I do think Carl wins the fight, but what I'm saying is it isn't a one-horse race. There is that element because George has got the tools to win this fight.
Tactics-wise, George has said he's going to stand and fight and trade with him. Do you think the smart money's on him staying on the back foot 36 minutes trying to outbox him?
I can't. Atmosphere is crazy.
It's going off.
I can't see him going out there and standing there. There's just talking with Jamie Moore. The fact that George is coming a pound and a half underweight can be two things. One, it can be a mistake, but two, it could be training to come in a little bit lighter just for that extra
mobility.
Speed, extra speed, mobility. To be able to carry him through the later rounds. But I just think even with that movement and the skills, I don't know if he can keep that up for 12 rounds against Carl in a small ring. I do think that the way to beat Carl for George, with George's natural ability, is to box a De Gale type fight. To box, look at what Durrell did with Carl. I think that's the way that George beats him and cash some sharp counters on the way in. And let Carl walk onto something. I don't think George walking to the centre of the ring and bombing it out like he said at press conference. I can't see that happening, and I don't think that's a smart way of boxing him.
I want to come on to the small matter of your own show tonight. You've got us kindly invited us down as guests, so we're going to come down and enjoy some COLDWELL hospitality, big pimping. Talk to me about the show, please, Dave.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a cracking bill. We've got obviously John Murray. Everybody's talking about the comeback of John Murray. He's been out for 2 years. People have forgotten he's one of the most exciting lightweights in this country. He belongs up there with a big domestic mix that we've got going on. We've got some great lightweights going on, and there's some great fights that can happen in there. Murray wants to get in there, get a win tonight, hopefully look good, and then get himself back into that mix. And then we can move on. But other than that, I'm working with Gary Hyde to put Mark Heffron on the bill. We've got Mark Heffron on against a good opponent, 11-3, 11-4. So we got some great prospects. Robbie Davis Jr. I've got high hopes for. He's on the bill from Liverpool. And also, Jimmy Kelly Jr. is in a step up against Ryan Toms, so that's going to be a great fight. But the atmosphere at Bowlers is always great. You know, unfortunately, we haven't got Liam Anran and Conroy on, who always bring absolute crazy fans. So, you know, it's going to be a good night. We're expecting just under 2,000 in there, which ain't bad. Night before FROCH GROVES. So, you know, it's going to be good.
David Caldwell, I shall see you this evening at Bowlers. I want to thank you for talking to IFL TV.
Always a pleasure being on.
We'll see you soon.
Nice one, mate. Nice one.
This is James Holder with Dave Caldwell for IFL TV. Thank you.